Okay, good afternoon, and you are welcome to another episode of my firm Academy Stories, where accountability meets transformation. We've had several episodes, and I know that you are going to be thoroughly inspired today in the session that we are going to be, having. All right. So we are not just talking about systems, we are celebrating stories. We are celebrating people that decided to structure their lives, stay consistent, and watch God multiply their growth. Yes, that's what we are doing in this segment, right? So if you have been struggling to stay on track, maybe with your parenting, with your family management, and all of that stuff, you are in the right place. You are going to be reminded as you watch this session that true change comes when you are in a structure, not just any kind of structure, an accountable structure. So with me today, I have our beautiful guest, Mrs. Ajose Nwane Grace, which I am very happy to have, by the way, all to myself today. All today. She's a very, 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 very busy person. I'm so happy to have her, all to myself, and she's going to be telling us some things that she has learned in the academy and how it has helped her to grow and where our family is right now. So first thing first, Mr. Jose, let's meet you and let's know how you got to know about the academy.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Grace Ajose. I got to know about the academy surfing the internet on Instagram. I just saw something about an online Bible class, Bible club for kids, and
Mhm.
it caught my attention. I chatted, I went in and got to this wonderful woman of God, and I asked her how to get into it. She told me, and we got in. My baby started taking classes.
Mhm.
At the point I realized that one of my kids was missing out. And I kept poking our darling pastor, and she was like, okay, the age, we don't have it yet, but we're going to, and I bet you they worked on it.
Yeah.
She's the most interested in the Bible class now because sometimes they send me when they are in the class. She has a time to speak her mind.
Oh.
And for a fact, the confidence level
Oh.
shot up. As in, she's so confident with her Christian journey, the way she writes her journals. I sometimes sneak in on it to go through what she's put down, and I realize, yes, it's really working. Before, it used to be because we stay in a setting that is a military. You
Oh.
know, that your dad is a military personnel.
Okay.
Everything is hard, 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 and their setting we have so much bullying. So
Oh.
the flow of the class, and ma, your persona is quite soft. I'm so sorry to say, you are teaching us how to be soft. Probably I grew up. I remember there was a time in the mommy class
Mhm.
when they were saying soft teaching, soft parenting. I'm
Mhm.
like, no, let's make it this way. And I was tutored, and that has brought another aspect of me. And I now understand that okay, I can be soft and firm
That's
without
it.
being hard. So
Mhm.
that's being soft and firm
Mhm.
got into her. And what really inspired me about her was the flow of the class
Mhm.
changed the perspective about some things. And she said she was interested in being a prefect. I'm talking about the person that got in last. And she said, I want to change the mentality of students. I want to bring bullying to the minimal. And I
Mhm.
was like, wow,
Mhm.
I won't mince words with it. I
Mhm.
really appreciate the fact that they are in the classes.
Oh.
I'm telling you, no regret. Sometimes their father is behind the computers and he's smiling, he's all smiles. And you're like, ah, they are really having fun. And I'll be like, yes, that is when you are doing things the right way. And it's a system I can leave my children with. I
Oh.
travel a lot. I even told a pastor, when I won't be around, I've already worked on their system. I just send the link to her. She goes in and sends me a message. Mommy, Samuel is in. I've been worth it. I would not mince word about it. The family closeness, especially when we talk about the Christianity. Samuel comes to the youngest 6 years old comes to tell us about the stories they discussed in class, what he learned, how he has to become with things, and you understand. And
Wow.
sometimes when people see him, they'll ask, "Are you sure they come from this military setting?" I said, "Yes," but they are mixing with the
Yeah,
right community. I
yeah.
really appreciate it. Thank you so much,
Oh,
ma'am.
thank you so much. And thank you so much, Miss Grace. I just said one of the things she mentioned was how she found us. And we started really how we started this academy was because we started with the children. And I'm very, very passionate about children. And I realized that as I was doing that, a lot of parents were spoiling my work because by the time I finished teaching, they will go and remove whatever I've taught with so many unnecessary cartoons and all of that. So I said, okay, let me go for the parents. And of course, got the necessary training and we got in the parents. And I mean, you can have, I mean, before now, this is my first time of meeting with Miss Ajose. I never had any discussion with her. We never had any talk. I did say, when you get here, oh, this is how you should say this thing like this, like this. So paint it. No, 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 no. This is my first time of meeting with her. And of course, getting to hear her testimony. I meet her kids. You know, she has 3 kids in the Bible club, by the way. And now we have her. And I know that we are still going to have her next year. We're going to have every member of the family in to make it a robust system. So before you came into the parenting academy and that, can you let us know what was your parenting? I know you shared a little bit with us when you talked about being hard and all of that. So can you just enlighten us more on that? What was parenting like for you before you came in and where are you now?
It was a military style. You know what the military style is?
I know it.
Go do this now. Move it. When I say move, you move. Don't argue. I know these babies are wonderful. They'll ask you why. Sometimes they'll ask you,
Exactly.
they will question your mental health. And you be like, I did question my mother. Why are these human beings questioning me? But it's surely you got it, ma. It's surely with the experience I had at the parenting class
Mhm.
where mothers they're like, no, we can do soft but firm. And I'm
Yeah.
like, soft but firm. I had to go. I had to go. I will very, very frank with you because when I am not in tandem, I want to know more. So
Mhm.
in the place of knowing more, I realize, oh, okay, I
Mhm.
don't have to be that mean. So I'll be
Mhm.
like, you've started. I don't want to make case with you. Like, 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 yeah, mommy, mom, and I've observed that thing that it's now making them softer as well.
Yes.
Being
Yes. Mhm.
softer because, oh,
Mhm.
mommy, I'm sorry,
Ah,
mommy, you're not at the bed.
yeah.
Okay, mommy, don't give a
Yeah.
kiss to yourself. Don't be pissed. Forgive one. So
Mhm.
it's softer and kind of like more relaxed
Yeah.
compared to then.
Then,
And
wow.
so I really appreciate that because I think the softness is now helping me in my own field because
What?
I don't know if I mentioned to you that we deal with cases of
Mhm.
get so yeah, I just have to like be soft. Only that when you are soft and you're firm, you'll be
Mhm.
like, she has
Mhm.
come. You
Uh-huh.
understand?
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
it has helped. It has helped.
Wow.
I would not
Wow.
miss
Wow. Thank you
it
so much,
helped
Miss Grace.
because
I just
being
said.
soft.
Miss Grace
Thank you, ma'am.
Ajose is a social worker. I'm just getting to know about that before we started. So you could imagine all the, places and things that she has to intervene with. And thank you so much for that profound, testimony and feedback. And at this point, I want to also ask the turning point. What was your first experience when you came into the community, and was there a moment when you thought, this is exactly what I need for my parenting, for my marriage, for my children? Was there any time like that?
Several times. Several times. Several times. You know that especially with this, there are some things that some information that are shared
Mhm.
on the platform, some things they will ask us to do
Yeah.
in the home
Mhm.
that is bringing the bond.
Mhm.
Yes, I knew I was at the right place.
Mm.
Especially for someone like me who doesn't have time to really mingle.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I have a community where is edifying to the spirit, soul, and the body, and it's helping me bond with my family. I am
Wow.
one person that do not have her. You know, there's a family where we come from, and there's a
Yeah.
family that we made. The
Yes.
family I come from very far from me. So I only have the family I made. So this
Mm.
family here, this group of family that I have on the social media
Mhm.
is helping me to
Mhm.
build the family I made
Mm.
through God's word and
Mhm.
through the positive insights
Mhm.
nuggets they drop on the platform is a big deal.
Mhm. Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, Miss Ajose. She mentioned, slightly on the different activities that we do, that we carry out. When we talk to people that you need to be in an accountability system and they're like, what do they want to teach us there? What is not parenting? We just do the same thing, that we've been taught. And by the time they come in and they sit down, they're like, wow, is this what you do here? This is a whole lot. I have a lot of people in my DM that give me feedback all the time, getting all their people to come in. And I remember when I first started, honestly, I just started with myself, because then I had to tell myself that, man, I cannot make a community, so I have to get people in. And before you know what was happening, we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and we've grown to over 470 women. We have not even talked about the men, which my husband handled. Thank you so much for that. And now we're going to be looking at the process. Which part of the system helped you the most? Is it the weekly check-in? Is it the webinar? Is it which of the things that we do in the FEM Academy? What really helps you the most?
The weekly check-in.
The weekly check-in, yeah. Because I know that that's the thing.
Sometimes due to the nature of what I do, I
Mhm.
feel drained.
Hmm.
Just boom, like that. I feel like, gosh, this is the best gift you've ever given me.
Wow.
It's not everyone who checks you
Mm. Mm-hmm.
without expecting.
Mm-hmm.
But this one is just checked with every ounce of care in them. So
Mm-hmm.
the weekly check-in is wonderful. The
Wow.
webinar is out of this world, but I will not lie to you. The webinar is not as consistent as the weekly check-in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's,
Wow.
it's, it's the best for me.
Thank you so much. So
Therapeutic. Thank
we are
you.
looking at the transformation now, and we are looking at
Yes.
looking back at when you started. Look at now. What are the changes you have seen in your mindset, your habit, your family reading, and all of that stuff.
It's it's firm, soft. You know when you say soft, firm, and there is process. We are growing. We
Hmm.
are growing. Because now, right about now, when we are having our devotion,
Hmm.
they'll be the ones scrambling for the Bible and the affirmation books. They're like, yeah,
Uh-huh.
mommy, let's go through them. Because you have beautiful materials you
Yes.
exposed us to.
Yes.
And the way, actually, even the youngest will like, mommy, please, I want to go through this. I want to remind myself. I'm like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
fine. Go ahead and remind yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's just wonderful. It wasn't that way
Mm-hmm.
before we came on.
Oh, thank
Before
you
we
so
came on, we
much.
just do our devotion, we do our prayers, and we read the Bible. But now they want to still read information about what they have read and what they can add to their life. Then the prayers that flow with it has to do
Mm-hmm.
with
Mm-hmm.
what we have studied. So
Yeah.
it's a plus. It's a
Oh.
plus. The fact that they are actually the one that reminds her,
Mhm.
Mama, it's time, it's time. Let's redo this. Pause what you are doing. It's a big deal now.
My
It's a big
member,
deal.
I've taught them very well.
Yes, you're wonderful.
They
Member.
would
But even when I'm not around, there was a time I was in Lafia, Nasarawa. Sorry, I was in Nasarawa, and they called me on video early morning. I was like, wow, this is early. What do you have? We were praying. Please pray with us. I was like, wow, this is,
Oh.
and I'm not home. And we did the prayers together. They prayed for me, I prayed for them, and we moved on for the daily
Really,
activity.
really inspiring. Really inspiring.
It's a plus.
Amazing. Wow. Thank you so much, Miss Ajose.
Thank you so much.
Now we are looking at our reflection moment. If you can describe your journey, maybe in one phrase, in one word, in your journey in the academy, your children in the Bible club, if you can describe that journey, what would it be?
Progressively, progressively,
Mm-hmm.
progressively. Yeah, we are progressing in growth. Progressive
Mm-hmm.
growth. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Progressive growth.
Progressive.
There's no stagnancy. Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you so much. And that is why part of what we are doing here in this as this testimonial segment where we want people to come into the accountability system, the 1 year accountability system there, because this year we ran it for free. Some people didn't take it serious, some people did. So we want people to sit down, we want people to be able to pay attention to what we are doing here, and they can learn from it, and they can, of course, get, imagine sitting in a structure from December this year to the November next year. Your growth will even be times 10, because we'll hold you by your hand and help you transit, from one point to the other. And I tell people that are coming to the accountability system that we are not preaching, we're not preaching perfection. We are here to process. Sit down under the process, be a part of the process, and you will get the desired result. Because parenting without goals will only lead you to reactivity instead of you being proactive. You don't have goals, you don't have plan, you don't know where you are supposed to be going. There's no schedule, there's no structure. That's why you are yelling, that's why you are shouting, that's why you are, beating, that's why you are doing all of that stuff, because you don't have structure. Because we all came from the parenting background that says that do what I do, do what I say, not what I do. And that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Children are natural imitators. They will imitate you hook, line, and sinker. I remember yesterday as I was preparing for this today's webinar and all of that stuff, and I was in bed with my laptop. I don't do it, but this time around, because I was pressed for time, I was in the bed, on the bed with my sister, and my daughter said something to me. She said, "Mom, are you going to sleep with that? We don't use our laptops in bed." I said, oh. I said, that's true. I packed up my laptop, because we have our media guide in the house. We have places where we don't use laptop media and all of that. And the bed is one of it. So she said, when she said that to me, I said, wow, this is this lady reminding me of, the rules that we have, the structures that we have put in place. So I just packed it up, and we had a good night, we slept. And I said something to her. I said, do you see the same way that I put away my laptop? That's the same way when I remind you of our rules, our structure, that's the same way you should respond. And she said something to me. She said, okay, Mom, I understand. And that was just it. Imagine coming up with shouting. Meanwhile, you have shouted at the girl, But just even imagine at how she was able to speak to me, because that's the same way that I was able to communicate. Communication is key. We don't have to bring down the building. We don't have to shout. We don't have to do all of that stuff just because we want to communicate. And that is what accountability, the accountability system has been able to do for us. So for the single slot, because now some people have buzzed me and say, I'm single parenting. How do I do this? We have a place for singles where they will single parent. They will learn all that they need to learn, even if you are single parenting, you are single, but you're not solo. We give you ideas, we give you structures on how you can help the child, the child needs a wholesome mother, and the child will not understand that, hey, I didn't have a father growing up, right? And so that you don't damage another person that you're even going to meet. So we have the single slot, and the single slot is about $32, which is about 50K, for the whole year. It's not even a month. Then we have for the couple slot, which is 80,000 naira for the whole year. And if you divide that by 365 days, that should be maybe 219 naira or 220 naira, which is not too much of an investment to put in yourself, and your family, to be able, that will save you a whole lot of, damage, just like Mrs. Ajose has, shared with us today, in being in an accountability system. So that is what the Fem Academy is all about: consistency, not perfection. And when you give into structure, when you give your structure to God, because right now it's not by power, not by might, but by the Spirit. And I know quite a lot of Christian parents, they leave everything to God and say, and my faith is working, but you're not doing the work. And the Bible also lets us know that faith without work is dead. You have to do the work to be able, by the time your faith meets your work, everything will yield out into the desired result. So this accountability system is a structure that when your faith meets that structure, it will yield the right kind of, result for you. I remember, as we begin to wind down, I remember something that happened in my home where my daughter was almost taken advantage of by her friend. But that same month was a month where we talked about sex education, and I was able to educate her, put in the right structure. And when this guy came over to the house to visit her, the guy bundled her into the toilet and wanted to take advantage of her. But thank God that she was well informed. And she said, in my family, we don't do that. And that was how she was able to run away, you know. But what if she didn't have that information? What if me, I was too busy to be in a system or a structure to be able to gain those knowledge and help her? You know, we won't be able to do that. And by now, we will have an abused child. And of course, Miss Grace, I just say, is a very experienced social worker when it comes to things like that. You know how damaging that can do, what that can do to a child. So we invite you to come in here, you know, sit under the structure, learn and flow with it. So, Ma'am Grace, give us something that to encourage somebody that is out there that is thinking, should I join? Should I not join? Should I see? These people just want to eat my money. These people just want to do this. These people just want to do, just, you know, encourage somebody out there, you know, to come in and be a part of the system. Over to you, ma'am.
It's about having a beautiful family structure. When you think of the future with a balanced life of the children and yours, because when the children are balanced, you are balanced. Mentally, everything will be fine.
Yes.
If you think about that, you're seeing a perfect picture of a beautiful, united family, strong in bond and love, and in the spiritual. You will not mind what it will cost. I tell you, it's my experience, what I've experienced, and I am proud to say I can leave my kids by themselves without any fear. It is on this structure that I can leave my children without checking. You know, sometimes when they say they want to go online to investigate, to
Do research.
browse, to research, you're always monitoring, you're checking to see what they are doing. But when they are on the Bible club, I don't even bother. I don't, because I know they are in safe hands. You know, it's not everybody you can leave your kids with. I bet you. We all know what the kind of life we're staying. We know, we can see the story of Ochanya, we can see the story of so many abused children here and there. So if you have a platform that can equip your child and as well equip you and your partner, I think there's nothing you shouldn't spend for such a structure. Because like Pastor mentioned earlier, that you are running around to make ends meet, but we're not training the future, our future, that we are trying to work with that ends meet, that we might be as a useless effort. Because I have a story of some medical doctors who was so busy to attend to the children, was so busy to put them in the structure, and at the long run, both children had carnal knowledge of themselves. One got pregnant, in the process of trying to take out the baby, died. Children of the same parent. So this structure will help you. There are so many parents, like my own mom is not the type that loves to discuss sex education. I discuss it with my kids without missing words. My mom doesn't know how to do it, so she gets books and gives them to me to read. By the time I finish reading, and she will ask me, "So, what do you understand?" When I'm speaking about my understanding, she will be shy. So if you are a parent and you know that there are some things you can't discuss with your children, Pastor B is one person to let. Just push the child to Pastor B. Pastor B will do it for you. So when you're okay, now if my child decides to become wonderful, I don't want to use a negative term, and I say, okay, don't worry, I'll talk to Pastor B, and Pastor B will talk to you. Mommy, no, okay. Do you understand? It's a check and balance. Please, parents, it is worth the while. I have enjoyed this. It's a blessing to me. I don't see any amount that won't spend on such that will be a problem. We spend money on shawarma. How much is a wrap of shawarma? How much is a cup of ice cream that we can give to the children and they will take it and stool it out? But this one is something that sticks with them, builds them, gives them confidence, sticks with them, and we're good to go. Our future is here and they are the ones we look up to. So please, there is nothing that is too much to spend on them when it comes to building them.
Yes. Thank
Building
you
them.
so much.
Our society is wonderful, so we need to do them right. Thank you,
Yeah.
Mom.
Thank you so much, Miss Grace. And there was something striking that you
Thank you.
shared in your testimony when you were talking about the structure, and what the system has encapsulated. So in the Femme Academy, we cater for children, we cater for husband, we cater for wife, we cater for marriages, we cater for singles that are looking for, okay, should I not? So it's a complete package. When you come in and you sit, depending on which of the academy you are in, I bet you will get, all of the best that you can get out. Just like Miss Ajose mentioned, we met with the Bible Club. From the Bible Club, she's transited to the family, and look at, where we are today. So to every one person watching us today, this is a nudge. You've just heard the story, you've just heard somebody's testimony, and you might be admiring Mrs. Ajose and be saying, I wish this was me, I wish this was my family. It's time for you to take that step. Send us a DM, send us a message that you would like to be in the accountability system, and we'll onboard you and give you all the necessary structure that you need to be able to get in move your parenting to the next level. If you have kids, onboard your kids to the Bible Club. I mean, it's a complete package, for every one person. So 1 year, it's 1 year of structure, 1 year of strategy, 1 year of, spiritual growth. We also pray here. We do finances. We have a very robust curriculum. In fact, we started a savings campaign, and by the time I was looking at the saving campaign, we have saved, a lot of money. Women from different places have, hit their targets, surpassed their target, saved a lot of money. And this December is going to be a jolly, jolly one from our savings. So we invite you, don't just you cannot do parenting alone. That's one thing you need to understand. You cannot do marriage alone. You cannot do life alone. You cannot do all of that in isolation. You need a community where we are going to hold your hand like this and we'll help you move from one level. You have questions, you need clarity on some areas, let us know. I remember Mr. Joseph saying something. I remember that class when your daughter and we had that, class, and she was like, she wanted to be a prefect, but my mom did this, and I was able to guide her and, give her some kind of clarity, and look at what it's all, blossomed into today. Imagine if she becomes the governor tomorrow. I would be so, so, so happy.
Daddy, that your
I'll
baby is doing it.
yes, I'll be so, so happy because it's a journey. So thank you so much for being with us here today. My name is Pastor Biola Akielu, and I'm referred to as Coach PB, and I'll be one of your coaches one of your facilitators in the 1 year accountability system. Where you come in, we have my husband, my amazing husband is there handling the men. You might even be a man watching this and you're like, this thing is women's thing, is for women. No, it's for that family that you have desired, that home that you've wanted to build. And really, we are supposed to be holding you men responsible, but amazingly, it's only the women that come out first, but it's fine, So for the accountability system, we encourage families to come in, because when family come in, it makes the work a lot easier for us. And of course, even you will enjoy it, and it will make it, far, far richer and better for you. I'd like to say very big thank you to Mr. Ajose for joining us today. Thank you so much for your profound testimony. It really blew my mind. It also encouraged me to know that what I'm doing is, way over and above. Thank you so much to everybody watching. Thank you. Leave in your comments and let us know how this testimonial also blessed you. Thank you so much, Ma, for being here. I am so, so grateful. And to everybody watching, we'll say bye.